Hello and welcome back to Till Vacuum Do Us Part. I had asked over on my Instagram page what style of cleaning video you guys wanted to see this week, and most of you said me cleaning new spaces, so that's what we're going to be doing today. If you're new here, I'd love for you to subscribe. I'm going to go ahead and turn on this vacuum and get it started. I'll be talking about it here in a little bit, but I'm going to be going first to my master bathroom. This is a space you guys don't see me clean often. I'm going to be working on the bathtub because I don't know if you guys have ever really watched me clean the bathtub. It's just kind of a hard angle, and I have it down pat that it's so easy to clean. It's just nice and quick, so let me show you how I do it. So I'm going to start off by spraying my foam cleaner. I picked this up just from the Dollar Tree. It's not non-toxic, but I really like foam cleaners, and I feel like I have to do less scrubbing that way, so I'm going to go ahead and spray it. If it's not super dirty, sometimes you don't even have to scrub it, you just have to rinse it out. But this is where we give all of George's baths, and we give them multiple times a day. So I'm going to go ahead and just give it a good scrub because he has had quite a few baths in here recently and we haven't cleaned it out. So I just cut Dollar Tree sponges in half, and I like to wet it down, and then I just start scrubbing away. Once I'm done scrubbing it out, we just have an attachment built in since we do give him baths. So all I'm going to do is rinse it out and then I'm done. That's how easy it is, and that's why I don't show it often. Okay, now the next area we're going to work on is underneath my chairs and sofa. It is so hard to clean under there, so I want to thank Eufy for sponsoring today's video. Not everyone has the luxury of free time to tidy and clean by hand. With the Eufy RoboVac, simply set up your cleaning schedule and let the vacuum do its thing. By overcoming little troubles like this, the Eufy RoboVac makes life just a little bit easier, more enjoyable, and I can contest to that. Cleaning underneath my sectional is so hard. We have to take the whole thing apart, and when I do, it is just filthy under there, so it's been so nice just to turn this thing on and let it go. Okay, now I want to just real quickly kind of show you what it looks like from underneath. Now I have been testing this out for a few weeks, so you can see George all in there, but this is the RoboVac 11S and I'm loving it. It was recently re-engineered to be the slimmest RoboVac. Its height clearance is 2.85 inches, which is amazing because it can actually go underneath my sectional on top of my rug. Now I don't have a super thick rug, but I love that it's getting to clean underneath all of that, because typically when I do have to take my sofa apart to vacuum, it is just so dirty and dusty under there. What I also love about this is I'm a busy mom, and with George in our house, our floors have just been horrible. I feel like all I do is vacuum. Now it vacuums for me, so I can be working on the house, I can be playing with Savannah, I can be running errands, and it can clean for me. Another thing that I really like about it is it's a very quiet clean. It vacuums up to 100 minutes on hardwood floors with consistent, powerful suction at the volume no louder than a microwave. And that is so true because you guys know my dogs love to attack my vacuum. This does not seem to faze them, so it has been so nice. It also has an anti-scratch tempered glass top cover for protection, infrared sensor for invading obstacles, and drop sensing tech to avoid falls. It automatically recharges, so it's always ready to clean, which is so nice, so you're not worrying about it. Plus, it's the best robotic vacuum of 2019 by Tom's Guide. Okay, so I've been showing you all how it works, how it cleans, how it picks up, and I wanted to show you how you can send it home if you want to finish the cleaning before it's actually done on one of the settings. You can just press the home button from the remote and it knows to go find the charging station. This is so fun to watch. Savannah loves doing this. She loves turning it on and she loves sending it home. I don't know why it's so fun, but it is. I was also so excited that it came in a white. I just love bright and white airy pieces in my house, so I don't mind it sitting out. I have it in my living room. I've always had this dead space right here, and I just felt like it was meant to be there, so I'm absolutely loving it. I'm going to go ahead and leave their link down below in my description box along with the promo code, so definitely check that out if you're interested in something like this. And thanks again to Eufy for sponsoring today's video and just making sure my floors stay clean. Okay, and on to the next space. You guys see me vacuum my sofa all the time, but I never take off my cushions. I guess I just don't think to do it, or it's just too much work. So anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and start now. I like to do this cushion by cushion. I've done this once in the past where I just took every cushion off and vacuumed it, and it was so much easier to clean that way, but it was like a puzzle getting all the cushions back where they belong because they all go in different spots. They're not all the same size. So I told myself I was never going to do that again. Here is a quick look at how my sectional looked when I took the cushion off. Now this was the worst one, but you can tell Tiger's hit a treat in there. I have dryer sheets just to help with the smell, and then there was so many crumbs and dirt. I tried to show you this up close look at it. I had no idea it had gotten so bad. I'm almost embarrassed. So I'm so thankful you guys suggested this video. So I actually got creative and decided to take those cushions off because it clearly needed to be clean.
It's trouble in your mind, how I spend my time, but it's a 24-hour streak. Wasting all your thoughts just to criticize, but there are plenty more ways to think. I'm not pretending, I'm more like this a game.
Okay, and that looks so much better. I had no idea how bad that was getting, and like I said, this side of the sectional is so much worse than the other, which I find funny just because I feel like we're all over it. Now maybe the corners don't get as dirty, but like the rest of it we always set on, so I'm not sure why those two were the worst parts. So I'm just going to continue the same process. I'm just going to kind of take one bottom cushion out and then the top one, so when I'm done vacuuming I know exactly where it goes so I don't make the same mistake twice. And then I did do my long skinny attachment on my vacuum just to kind of get back in there in the creases. I feel like most of the crumbs were kind of hidden in the back. So if you have an attachment like this, even on your normal vacuum, that's the one I suggest. And then once again, there are my boys just being so helpful and helping me work.
Don't be such a stranger, tell me how you're feeling. You know I don't.
So like I mentioned, I don't do this very often. I'm curious how often you vacuum your sofa cushions, because I definitely need to up my game. So let me know down below in the description box how often you actually take off your cushions and vacuum them. And then another question I've been getting a lot is, can I wash my sofa? Can I like unzip those and wash them? I can. I need to, but I'm scared I'm gonna shrink them, but I definitely need to do that maybe for like spring and cleaning. So let me know if you have taken off, like if you have this sectional, I feel like a lot of you have this. Let me know if you've like taken those cushion covers off and washed them and how it did in the dryer. Okay, now the next space we're going to work on is this rug in my dining room. I have cleaned the rug in my dining room before, but not this one. So the way I like to clean it is just warm, soapy water with a rag. I do need to get another shampooer. My parents had one for the longest time and I would just borrow theirs, but it finally broke. But I feel like those are so good to have, even if it's just like one person in the family and you share it, because you don't need to use it often, but it does clean the floor so well. But a lot of the time I'm just like to spot clean it. The whole rug doesn't need to be clean. It's just mainly right where the dogs run in from being outside, and it's not real deep stains because it's not like something's been poured on it. It's just them running across it. So typically, like I said, I can just take warm soapy hot water and clean it up fairly easy.
Love being right next to you. You'll be on my mind. I'll be dreaming about this till the end of time. We are young, we are free, down for the ride. Might be over tomorrow, but we got this day forever.
So the main part that really gets dirty or shows is like the white part of this design. So I'm just dipping it and getting the rag really wet and then scrubbing it. And like I mentioned, they're not super deep stains. So typically if I just run it across the top of it, it is good to go. It's easy peasy. So I'm going to go ahead and dump that water in the sink and then grab a cleaner and a new rag. It's been a while since I've cleaned like the top of my frames. That's something I always forget to do. And I don't think I've ever cleaned this clock since I bought it. So I'm going to wipe that down. It's been a while since I've cleaned the top of these frames, but last time I did it, it was horrible because I hadn't done it since the day we had hung those. So it was so dusty. I told myself I was not going to do that again. So I had to go grab a chair just so I could reach the top one.
We got this day forever. Yeah, we got the summer forever.
So basically I'm just going from space to space. I'm really good about cleaning the same areas over and over. I'm sure you guys have seen that in all my videos, and I just forget to clean other spaces. Like dusting is a big one to me. I always forget to dust. So all my frames and wreaths and items like that, I just always think of myself as I don't have a lot of clutter, so there's not much to dust, but there really is. So I definitely need to focus on that more. So I'm just kind of going from frame to frame. You can tell this one I like unbalanced it, so I couldn't get it on straight. It was driving me nuts. But I was right here. You guys have seen me clean the fireplace before, but I just couldn't miss it up as I was walking past. But I'm going to go into my beauty room, and the next shelf that gets super dusty, I've only cleaned off once, is my shoe shelf. I picked this up just from Walmart. It's two different sets like stacked on top of each other. You can tell it's kind of wobbly when you actually like start scrubbing it, but everything had gotten so dusty, so I'm gonna go ahead and work on this. Now I'm going to work on my plant over here in the corner. It is a fake plant. I have mixtures of both real and fake in my house. This one just happens to be fake, but it does get dusty. So if you want your fake plants to look real, definitely stay on top of them, dusting them, because for some reason they collect a lot of dust, but my real ones don't. That's more reason to get real ones, and I need to try a big one, but I haven't yet. Now the next space is going to be my desk chair, and it is so dirty. I just try to avoid it all the time because I never know how to clean it, and I'm just so busy. So I thought, okay, this is the video, I'm going to work on it. So the top is pretty dirty from like my dry shampoo that's colored since I have dark hair, and then the legs of the chair had gotten so dirty. I think it's because I keep my feet on them while I'm editing, and I really didn't think I was going to be able to get it off, but I was super impressed how this chair turned out. So definitely keep watching so you can see how it finishes up. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm just getting dish soap and I'm putting hot water in it, and then I'm just going to grab a new rag, and then I'll take it back into my beauty room, and I'm just going to scrub that fabric. I didn't know how it would hold up, but it did really, really well. I don't think all the dark product came off the chair, so I definitely need to clean it maybe one more time. Or if you have a special product that's helped with your dry shampoo, definitely let me know down below in the comments section. Now I'm going to start working on the legs of the chair, and you can tell here just how dirty they are. I'm not going to lie, normally soap and water I feel like can clean anything. It just wasn't making that much of a dent, so I was thinking, how else can I clean this and get it off? I thought it was going to be stuck that way. I went ahead and grabbed a magic eraser, and I was so glad I thought of this. I did dip it in that soapy hot water and just started scrubbing, and it made them look brand new. So if you just wait a few more moments, you're going to see the after, and I'm so happy with how it turned out.
Like a sparrow with broken wings, but now I shine with your reflection on me. I'm getting back up on my feet. That you showed up was written in my palm. You are a statement, explode like a bomb. I get to push myself to victory. You make me winner. You cut me loose and set me free.
I just think that looks so much better. Now I'm going to take that bowl and put it back in my sink just because we have dogs in here and I don't want them drinking it, or if you have kids, you don't want them to knock it over, so I just want to put it away immediately.
So set me free. You make me win every way.
Okay, now we're going to go back into my master bedroom. I'm going to vacuum my headboard. This has been needing to happen for so long. I feel like the back part of it's fine, but it's the very top of it that just catches all the dust. And I see it often and think, oh, I need to vacuum that. And then I get distracted or need to clean something else, and I just completely forget about it until I see it again. So when I was making this video, I was like, that is going on the list. So I'm going to work on my headboard, and then I'm going to be going to work on Savannah's, and I show more up close on hers so you can see the dust and it picking it up. So stay tuned for that.
Up in me. You're pushing me up to the top. I saw the clouds looking angry, but then the sky reached my mind. And when I space out, I see the possibilities unfolding the way that I want. That you showed up was written in my palm. You are a statement, explode like a bomb. I get to push myself to victory. You make me winner. You cut me loose and set me free. You cut me loose.
Okay, so here is a shot of her headboard up close, and if you look really close, I know it's kind of hard on video, you will see how much dust is at the top of that. And like I said, it's not like on that front part, it's just on the top. I think when it falls from the ceiling or with the air or heat on, I think that just catches it. So I like to just rub my vacuum across it so that it gets it all and it doesn't fall on the pillows. So I'm definitely just going to do both sides. I had to do a really tight shot here, just so you know, like hashtag real life. I walked in and her room was a disaster. I guess they decided to do a fashion show and then they were outside playing, but her room was destroyed. So this is the only angle I could get.
'Cause I'm the winner. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Ooh.
Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and take that vacuum and put it back on the charger so it's ready to go for the next time. And then I'm going to switch over to my other vacuum and I'm going to put a different attachment on. The next area we're going to work on together is cobwebs. So they're basically behind doors and up in corners of my ceiling, and I just forget. I think I forget to look up, or we never really shut our doors, and if we do, we're on the outside because we're leaving the house and we don't want George in there. But we had a lot of cobwebs like up in the corners, so once again, this was something that definitely needed to be done. So I'm going to go room from room and get all of these clean. I'm going to do like the tops of the doors. You might see me do like the tops of the TV. Anywhere that I saw any like spider webs or cobwebs, I was going to vacuum them and get them sucked up.
You got me waiting, I'm on fire. You got me waiting, my desire. Keep on moving to the purpose now.
Okay, if you've made it this far, you're awesome. Thank you so much. I have a question for you. So spring cleaning videos are going to be coming up, and I had a question if you would want like multiple videos where I break it up to either like 2 or 3 videos, or do you just want like one really long, almost like marathon spring cleaning video? Definitely let me know down in the comment section because I will be planning for March soon, and I'm just curious how you guys want to see it.
lately, turn it around. Once I thought you were mine, baby. We're safe and sound. You got me waiting, I'm on fire. You got me waiting, my desire. I follow your heartbeat, keep on moving to the purpose now, to the ending of the ocean. Keep on moving to the purpose now.
Okay, the next space we're gonna work on is like underneath my stove and refrigerator. You guys always want me to pull those out and clean them. And honestly, I only do that if I absolutely have to. Our engineered hardwood floors are just so soft. They would get scratched so bad. So I just use this duster and stick it down there as far as I can and then sweep any of the crumbs that it gets. So this is about as good as it gets. Like I said, when we got a new refrigerator, I went ahead and deep cleaned back there. If the stove gets broke and we have to pull it out and clean it, I'll definitely do it then, but I'm not gonna mess them up just because. If there's something back there, it can just stay and I don't worry about it. Okay guys, thank you so much for watching today's video. I hope you enjoyed this cleaning new spaces and just watching me clean new areas. I want to thank Eufy again for sponsoring today's video. I'm going to leave their link and promo code down below in the description box, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!